Topic: Asking simple questions. Ask basic questions confidently in English. Intro. Have you ever wanted to ask someone a simple question in English, but didn't know how to start? Maybe you wanted to ask for directions, or ask someone's name, or ask for help. But instead of speaking, you stayed silent. Why? Because many English learners think asking questions is difficult. The truth is, it's one of the easiest parts of spoken English. You don't need advanced grammar. You don't need a huge vocabulary. You only need a few simple question patterns and the confidence to use them. In today's lesson, you'll learn how to ask basic questions naturally and confidently in everyday situations. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to start conversations, ask for information, and communicate with confidence. Let's begin. Chapter 1: Why asking questions is important. Every conversation begins with a question. Questions help us learn. They help us meet new people. They help us solve problems. Imagine meeting someone for the first time. If you never ask a question, the conversation ends quickly. But if you ask simple questions, the conversation continues naturally. Learning to ask questions is one of the fastest ways to improve your English. Chapter 2: Start with easy question words. English has a few basic question words that you'll use every day. Who, what, where, when, why, which, whose, how. These small words can create hundreds of useful questions. For example, what is your name? Where do you live? Who is your teacher? How are you today? Master these question words, and you'll be able to communicate almost anywhere. Chapter 3: Ask about personal information. When meeting someone new, you can ask simple questions like, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? How old are you? What's your favorite hobby? These questions help you get to know someone. Remember to ask politely and listen carefully to the answer. Chapter 4: Ask for help politely. Sometimes you need assistance. Instead of saying, help me, use polite questions. For example, could you help me, please? Can you explain this? Would you mind helping me? Could you repeat that, please? Polite questions make a great impression. People are usually happy to help. Chapter 5: Ask about daily activities. Daily conversations often include simple questions. What are you doing? Where are you going? Have you eaten? What are your plans today? What time are you leaving? These questions make conversations feel natural. Practice them every day. Chapter 6: Ask for directions. When traveling, these questions are very useful. Where's the nearest bus stop? How can I get to the station? Is it far from here? Which way should I go? Can you show me on the map? Simple questions can save you time and reduce stress. Chapter 7: Ask questions at school or work. At school or in the office, you often need information. For example, can you explain this lesson? When is the meeting? What should I do next? Can I ask you a question? May I come in? These expressions help you communicate professionally. Chapter 8: Ask about likes and interests. Questions about hobbies make conversations enjoyable. What do you like to do? What's your favorite movie? Do you enjoy traveling? What kind of music do you like? What's your favorite food? These questions help you build friendships. Chapter 9: Listen before asking the next question. A good conversation isn't only about asking. It's also about listening. Pay attention to the answer. Then ask a related question. For example, if someone says, I love football, you can ask, which team do you support? This keeps the conversation flowing naturally. Chapter 10: Practice every day. Confidence comes through repetition. Ask simple questions every day. Talk to your friends. Talk to your classmates. Talk to your family. Even talk to yourself. The more questions you ask, the more natural English becomes. Don't worry about making mistakes. Every question you ask is another step towards fluency. Chapter 11: Ask questions at a restaurant. Eating at a restaurant is a common part of daily life. You should know how to ask simple questions politely. For example, can I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? Do you have vegetarian food? Can I have some water, please? Could I have the bill, please? These questions make dining easier and more comfortable. Chapter 12: Ask questions while shopping. Shopping is another great place to practice English. You can ask, how much is this? Do you have this in another size? Can I try this on? Is there a discount? Can I pay by card? These simple questions are useful almost everywhere. Chapter 13. Ask questions on the phone. Phone conversations can feel difficult at first, but simple questions make them easier. For example, may I speak to Ahmed? Who is calling, please? Can you hear me clearly? Could you repeat that, please? When should I call back? Practice these questions until they become natural. Chapter 14. Ask questions during travel. Traveling becomes much easier when you know how to ask questions. For example, where is the airport? What time does the train leave? Which platform should I use? How long does the journey take? Is this seat available? Good questions help you travel with confidence. Chapter 15. Ask questions in the workplace. At work, you often need information. Use questions like, what should I do first? Can you explain this task? When is the deadline? Who should I talk to? Could you check my work? Professional communication starts with clear questions. Chapter 16. Ask questions to continue a conversation. Good conversations never stop after one question. Keep asking naturally. For example, really? What happened next? Why do you think that? How did you do it? Can you tell me more? These questions show that you are interested. Chapter 17. Ask questions with confidence. Many learners know the question, but they're afraid to ask it. Remember, speak slowly. Smile. Use a polite tone. If you make a mistake, keep speaking. Confidence grows every time you ask a question. Chapter 18. Learn from the answers. Asking is only the first step. Listening is just as important. Pay attention to the answer. Notice new vocabulary. Notice sentence patterns. Use those new expressions in your next conversation. Every answer teaches you something new. Chapter 19. Practice every day. The best way to improve is through daily practice. Ask your family simple questions. Ask your friends questions in English. Join English speaking groups. Practice with your teacher. The more you ask, the easier English becomes. Chapter 20. Become a curious English speaker. Curiosity is one of the greatest learning tools. Ask questions whenever you have the chance. Don't worry about making mistakes. Every question builds confidence. Every conversation improves your English. Keep asking. Keep listening. Keep learning. One simple question today can become a confident conversation tomorrow. Final message. Today you learned that asking simple questions is one of the most important speaking skills. Questions help you start conversations, build friendships, solve problems, and improve your English naturally. Remember these simple steps. Use basic question words. Speak politely. Listen carefully. Practice every day. Most importantly, never be afraid to ask. Every fluent English speaker started by asking simple questions. Now it is your turn. Keep asking, keep improving, and keep speaking English every day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the English PK for more practical English lessons that help you speak naturally and confidently. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next lesson.